Welcome to week two, theoretical perspectives on human behavior. You know, human behavior is one of those things that you will use for the rest of your social work career. It is going to be really crucial in terms of your licensure prep. It's going to be crucial for you as a social worker developing your own theoretical lens. And so this week, you're going to learn a little bit about some theoretical perspectives. And this is really going to be the foundation. When I was in my MSW program, one of the things that my professors kept drilling on me is what theoretical perspective do you believe? Are you going to use in your practice? Because how you see your clients and how you see your clients' problems, right, is going to be critical in terms of how you practice with them. So I'm really excited about this week. I'm sorry about some hiccups with the course in terms of the videos that were from another professor. I went ahead and I took those off, and I just apologize for that. But if you see anything else, like I said, this is my first time teaching at University of Maryland online, but I've been teaching online for the past 5 years. Um, I'm going to be honest, Blackboard is not my everywhere else doesn't use Blackboard, so I'm trying to get a little bit acclimated and of course acclimated with this course in particular. So I just ask that you have patience with me, but we're gonna get through it together. When you send me things, I try to make sure to get it fixed as soon as possible. Um, so I wanted to kind of guide you through what we're going to be doing this week. This week is all about understanding the essential theories that inform social work practice. By the end of this module, you'll have a solid grasp of how theory serves as a critical tool for making assessments and interventions in social work. While theory is important, always remember that effective and cultural appropriate practice goes beyond theory alone. And what you'll see, and what I want you to really think about, is do these theories apply to diverse populations? That has been one of the biggest criticisms of a lot of our social work, like big pioneers, theoretical pioneers like Freud and, all of those people. Um, we have to know them because they're on the licensure exam, and, we want to know those other theoretical perspectives, but it is important for you to also consider, is this something I want to use in my practice, and does this serve my clients? And so that's something you do have to keep in mind as well. A lot of the theorists that you're going to read about, for the most part, are going to be from the Eurocentric perspective. It's not going to have a lot of cultural aspects to it, unless it is specifically for cultural population, basically. So I want you to keep that in mind as well. What to expect? We do have some readings from your text and a visit to the PBS website. Also, there's a presentation and voice thread. Um, and so you definitely want to engage with that. It's going to provide some approaches, biological, emotional, cognitive, and spiritual aspects. And really think about the spiritual aspect when you think about how that impacts diverse populations. Activities, you're going to complete a theoretical perspectives worksheet, the 2.1 activity, where you'll explore 8 theoretical perspectives, including systems, conflict, exchange, and choice, and then, of course, some more. Your activity 2.2 is to create a systems theory map using either yourself or the Chavez family from your text. Outline the micro, meso, and macro system interactions. And don't forget to indicate whether these interactions are positive or negative. And then I also want you to think about what we're going to be doing for the majority of the rest of the course. So, this discussion about theory is going to be your last kind of prompted discussion. Next week, we're going to be next week and beyond, we're going to be doing facilitated discussions around current events and news and applying what you've learned each week. So I want to make sure that you understand kind of what the process is to do so. So I'm going to share my screen so I can kind of show you how to sign up for a facilitated discussion and kind of what that looks like. Okay, so here's just the explanation of the activity 2.3, sign up for your facilitated discussion. So for week 3, it's going to be me as the facilitator, Dr. Boom. And then for the rest of the course, from week 4 to week 13, it's going to be students leading the discussions. There are some weeks where we won't have the facilitated discussion because we have other assignments. But it's really important that you, as the students, are going to be co leading the discussion. So you're going to be coming up with the prompts based on a current news story. It can be a short news clip, a news story, or a blog. You will create 2 or 3 questions that require your classmates to post to the news story and post about it. In your prompts, when you're doing your prompts, make sure that you select the facilitated discussion for that week and go ahead and post your prompts. As the facilitator, you're also going to be keeping an eye on the student responses and making sure that you are continuing the discussion. And as students, you should be participating, not just saying, oh, I agree, that sounds good, but actually using the material in the course. And that's something I just wanted to point out as well, that as you're doing your discussion posts, when you're responding to these facilitated discussions, you have to reference your text or anything, any article that you look up, you want to reference it. So let's say we discuss, I'm trying to think of a current news story. Let's say we discuss maybe a police brutality or some type of activity that has gone on in the news, right? And you've gotten a little bit of background about that case and you have some information that you present. As a responder, I need you to use what you are reading to analyze that story, okay? So it's really, really important that you do that because if you do not use the text in your post, I don't know that you're reading. So I need you to not only reference it at the bottom, but I want you to cite it as you're using the information. And if you use an outside source like an article or something, that's fine too. Make sure you cite it and reference it. But it really helps me know, okay, what information are they applying from what they've learned? Okay. As the facilitator, you're going to be putting your prompt by Monday at 2 p.m. And then all of the rest of the things are going to be due Sunday at 11:59. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to discussions. You're going to see this discussion. It's the first one on my screen. I don't know about you. But you're going to go to this. It's a discussion post. I have week 4 through week 13. Week 8 is not on there because we don't have a discussion for that week. And what I want you to do is sign up for the week you want to do. Now, you can discuss this with your classmates ahead of time. It has to be 3 people for each week. And so you may I'm not sure how much you socialize with each other, if you know each other. If not, I can just randomly assign people to the weeks. Um, or you just can say, I want week 4, and I just need 3 people to say they want week 4, 3 people to say they want week 5, and we can do it like that. So you can just reply to this discussion, type in your response, and do that this week so that we have the schedule for the rest of the course. I am really excited to be able to talk with you and continue this course with you. I'll be working on grading some of your week 1 things this week. So be on the lookout for that. Let's make it a great week and let me know if you need any support. Please reach out to me.